In June of 1918, in a field in France, the 5th and 6th Regiments of the United States Marine Corps fought one of the most pivotal battles of World War I. Through 3 weeks of German machine gun fire and hand-to-hand combat, the Battle of Belleau Wood was won, and the German army was stopped in their move toward Paris. More than 1,800 U.S. Marines died, protecting our allies and saving the world. 100 years later, on the anniversary of the end of the war to end all wars, Donald Trump flew to France, but he couldn't be bothered to honor our fallen Americans. He said, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers." He said the Marines who gave their lives at Belleau Wood were suckers for getting killed. Donald Trump doesn't understand honor. He doesn't understand dignity. Donald Trump is not a patriot. On November 3rd, let's restore honor to the Oval Office.
Supported him. He lost. He let us down. But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that, because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
I think that I would make statements negative to our military and our fallen heroes when nobody's done what I've done with the budgets, with the military budgets, with getting pay raises for our military. It is a disgraceful situation by a magazine that's a terrible magazine. I don't read it, but I just heard about it. They made it up, and probably it's a couple of people that have been failures in the administration that I got rid of, and I couldn't get rid of them fast enough, but or it was just made up.
Hello, my name is Dave Irwin, and I am a retired Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant. I spent 20 years serving this country in the United States Marine Corps, 8 of which I was a Marine Corps drill instructor. Marine Corps drill instructor's job is to assess and judge the character and leadership qualities in recruits and officer candidates at Quantico and the Marine Corps OCS and Navy Officer Candidate School. My assessment of Donald Trump is this: he has no leadership. He has massive character flaws that should not fill the office of the President of the United States. He has exploited this country and the divisions in this country and used for his own purposes. He has exploited the norms of this government. He has exploited the cracks, however small they may be, in the Constitution. He has exploited foreign leaders. He has exploited the military and used it for his own purposes. And he exploits the very office he sits in for financial gain, whether he has foreign leaders coming in and staying at his hotels or whether it's the Secret Service staying at Mar-a-Lago, to the tune of $900,000 thus far. This week, a 17-year-old boy answered the call of the president when the president tweeted on May 29th, "When the looting starts, the shooting starts." That young man shot multiple people and murdered 2 this week. The Senate has found in a bipartisan panel that the president's campaign actively sought information on his opponent from the Russians with multiple meetings and multiple contacts. People have gone to jail for this, but the Senate, Republican-led, has refused to call it collusion. What other words you have for it, I'd like to know. For me, Donald Trump lost me the minute he came down the escalator attacking Mexican Americans. And even more so when he attacked John McCain, a real hero, because John McCain didn't suck up to him like he requires.
I think about the ethos of the American military, about not leaving anyone behind, about the extraordinary measures that are taken to preserve the dignity of the human soul of a soldier, airman, sailor, Marine killed in action. What I thought about is the moment when the American soldier or the remaining parts are zipped into a body bag, then packed in ice and put into an aluminum casket. That aluminum casket draped with an American flag, the blue field and the 50 stars draped towards the head of the fallen. The body is never unaccompanied. It's loaded onto a military aircraft to be brought back to the United States, to Dover, Delaware. It'll be carried on to the aircraft past service members standing at attention and saluting. There will be a comrade in arms who will accompany the body and never leave that casket alone for the entire duration of the journey home to the United States until the moment of burial. Within 12 hours of death, 2 casualty assistant officers will pull up in immaculately pressed dress uniforms and knock on an American family's door, deliver the devastating news. There will be a funeral. The rifle volleys will crack the air, volley of 3 and salute. Taps will be played. And then the American flag will be folded, and it will be presented in most instances to a young widow with young kids on behalf of a grateful nation. And then what happens next is some Russian intelligence officer somewhere will pay off an Afghan warlord who's responsible for the death of that American. And the President of the United States knew about it, and he did absolutely nothing about it. In fact, what he did is reward Russia by helping them achieve their foreign policy aims with the withdrawal of American troops from Germany, with their admission back into the G8. I don't know, in fact, what's worse, that he knew and did nothing, or that he didn't know. The incompetence of the administration is such that we see it in the consequences of coronavirus, where 125,000 Americans are dead and many, many more to come. A shattered economy, the corruption, the indecency, the stench of this administration will linger through the ages. And everyone associated with it, who's been complicit, who's collaborated with it, who has defended the indefensible, the stench will linger around them too. The Tom Cottons, who have betrayed the very soldiers that he once led in combat through his complicit silence. The Lindsey Grahams, a reserve colonel in the United States Air Force. All of them. This is a disgusting moment in American history and in American life. For the first time, we have an American president who simply refuses to defend the country, the Constitution, kowtows, and with deference to a hostile foreign powers autocratic leader. What a rancid moment in the life of the American nation.